Welcome back, everyone. Today, as we see in the title, we're going to be discussing COVID 19, but not just COVID 19. What all COVID 19 has increased and made much more of a problem than it has ever been in prior years. As we all know, the pandemic made things very different in a lot of ways, but in a lot of ways, it made things much, much worse. But we'll get into all the effects later in the video. If you didn't already know, coronavirus, COVID 19, or whatever you want to call it, this unforeseen virus, was just that, very unforeseen. It proceeded as a respiratory infection such as the flu, but gave stronger symptoms and kept people sicker for much longer. It started off as a widespread illness in China, but later made its way into the US in 2020 and eventually made a global impact. As said before, it gave symptoms such as the flu, but introduced new symptoms such as loss in taste and smell, sending the world in a global panic and left everyone with numerous amounts of questions that no one seemed to have the answers to. But it didn't just stop at a health standpoint. No. It affected many different areas of life. About 4.3 million confirmed cases and 290,000 deaths have been recorded widespread worldwide, resulting of COVID-19 pandemic. It has also raised concerns about the impending economic turndown. Social alienation, self-isolation, and travel constraints have resulted in reduction in population across all economic sectors, which led to loss of jobs and less demand for manufactured goods. Health supplies, on the other hand, was on a rise of demand. With all the layoffs of jobs and businesses not being able to function, which led to people not being able to have the adequate amount of money to support their families, many families fell under food insecurities. Also, with all the risk of not being able to know if we're going to contract the virus, led to what? Mental health issues and rise of anxieties. As we all know, America's went on a large shutdown and a lockdown because of the virus, and the KFF Health reported that during the pandemic, 4 in 10 adults in the U.S. have reported symptoms of anxiety or depressive disorder, and that was just in 2019 of January, which increased more as COVID-19 progressed. Also, COVID-19 also caused Americans to go without the necessary resources they needed to survive. Feeding America reported that 1 in 9 individuals in 2019 were food insecure. That report went up dramatically, as you can see from the chart, and it went from 1 in 7 people. Not only that, the pandemic left America, without the necessary resources and health supplies that they needed, that they usually would be able to afford before the pandemic, which led to a lot of illnesses. But now we have the vaccine, which hopefully things will get better.